Welcome to Lighting the Way, Granny Raps and Rocks with Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks. And we're going to find out tonight if we have a video with an image on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, we certainly have it on YouTube. By the way, this is James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James. And you can watch us on Facebook tonight, or you can watch us on YouTube.
Well, we hope you can watch us on Facebook. So sometimes you can only hear us on Facebook. So let's see what's happening tonight. No image.
Not again.
Not again. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go back and tell Facebook again that it needs to do its thing. I don't understand it. Okay, let's see if we'll come on now. So this has been happening every week, and it's a perfect topic for the topic. See if an image comes on. It does not. Okay. So let me stop the stream and start again. That's what Well,
We have video at our end. You have.
oh, I hope that you have an image that the video comes on now on Facebook. It's not coming on Facebook again.
I still have a black screen.
Hey, is anybody seeing us on Facebook? Could there be a second one?
Well, Todd came on and said
It wasn't
no
on.
video.
Well, I don't understand. Facebook doesn't like the fact that we are going live on YouTube, but I've just turned it on again on Facebook, and it's been working every other time, right? So you would think it was going to work this time. So I'm going to try it one more. Hello. Okay, so refresh on Facebook.
Okay.
So this is very related to the topic. Oh, now.
Oh, we came on. And wait a minute.
No, it's not on. I don't understand it. Anyway, can anybody hear me at least?
And we are visible on
We
YouTube.
are on
if you wanna
YouTube.
Switch over to YouTube.
Right,
Beth
go to
Green TV.
Beth Green TV. So I don't
Oh,
understand.
wait. Stop.
What?
Stop.
Okay.
There was our image down here. Right here.
Yes.
It's live.
Okay.
Live.
Okay.
They put it somewhere
So
else.
okay.
But we're here.
Sorry. I don't know if you saw us the first two times, the first time, the third time, but anyway, we are here. And so is Tracy. You want to see there is a comment. Well,
Yes.
my topic is how do you give up and not give up at the same time, right? All
Tracy
righty.
says hello, I can hear and see you. And she
Yes,
sends a heart of love.
yes,
Thank you, Tracy.
Yes.
And Todd, it's working. It's been
It's
it
been
has
working
been
every time
since
since the first one, so we just didn't see it.
Yeah, it
Ah.
did.
Thank you. Anyway, we didn't get up, did we? So glad to see you, Todd. And so glad to see you, Tracy,
And we
as
also
well.
have a couple of loves from Elizabeth and Amy.
That's great. We have some love coming in here. Well, tonight I couldn't get YouTube to work. So usually it's and YouTube, YouTube was working and Facebook wasn't. And this time there was no YouTube or Facebook. So, and I went over it over and over, and it looks like we have more comments. People are saying
Linda
hi
says
to
hello,
us.
good to see you. And sends a
Oh,
heart
good
of
to
love
see
and a
you
big wave.
too.
Hello.
Good
Thank
to see you too.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
And Catalina says hi. Hello, Catalina.
Well, the thing is that I cannot figure out what is going on and why Facebook is giving me such a hard time. But anyway, I want to talk about how you can give up and not give up at the same time. And so I know that Todd said no giving up, but sometimes you have to give up. But maybe giving up isn't necessarily giving up.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Well, what do I
How
mean?
does that work?
Well, how does it work? So, with difficulty. So, what I'm saying is, for example, I wanted to.
Well,
Yeah.
by the way, we want to thank Todd. He went over to YouTube and saw us there. Oh my Lord, it's working on both Facebook and YouTube.
I know. So I got YouTube working, but then I couldn't get Facebook working. I mean, it's been a long time that I've been at this. So anyway, thank you for all the support. So here is this thing. I want to give you an example. I've been trying to find a guitar that I can play. I want to play the guitar. So I have a digital keyboard, and the electric guitar sounds awful. Awful.
The one on the keyboard.
The one on the keyboard. And so I said, that's it, I'm getting a guitar. So I spent the last couple of weeks trying to find a guitar. Well, it's not that I can't find a guitar. It's that I can't find a guitar that I can play because I have a broken left humerus, which did not heal properly. It's been displaced by the socket. So if you're playing the guitar, you've got to go out like this and play if you're playing right hand. But if you play left-handed, which I thought was the solution, then you still have to get your arm over the guitar. So I try to get a small
left
guitar.
arm, right.
And then the left arm. And then on top of everything, I am so weak that it is hard for me to lift 5 pounds. So I had to find a guitar
Under 6 pounds.
under 5 pounds.
5 pounds.
Way
of
under.
traction.
And that was somehow going to work, and that I wasn't going to have, it was going to be so narrow that I could put my arm there, and it was going to be left-handed so I could go like this, and so
Right
and the frets weren't going to, so anyway, it's a long story, but I drove everybody crazy. I must have spoken to 100 people about guitars, because I am
watched
not-
1,000
I
videos.
watched this is the face that launched 1,000 videos. Anyway, so I kept thinking, why don't I just give up? Why don't I give up? Why don't I give up? Why don't I give up? And I really wanted to give up, and I really wanted to. And we even went so far, we're going to sell one of our digital pianos so we have the money to buy an expensive custom guitar. And guess what? The custom guitars, they can't guarantee me that they'll be at 5 pounds. They said, they didn't know. It could be 6. It could be because sometimes wood. Anyway, it's like crazy.
Different wood has different weight.
Okay, so here's the deal. Yes, different wood has different weight. So tonight, meanwhile, I was asking people who have the same keyboard I do, what do they do about electric guitars? And really, nobody quite has an answer because keyboards don't sound like electric guitars. So, and I've been listening to these sounds, and I love some of the sweet, beautiful sounds of electric guitars, and the rest of them I hate. So, what does this have to do with giving up? Well, you'll see. Just hold on. Don't be impatient. So I finally got to the point when I had looked at the weight of every single guitar on the planet, headless, with heads, custom, uncustom, and there's only one place that you can go to actually get the weights. And anyway, because every guitar is different, they all have the same name. You think you're getting the guitar, but it's 1.5 pounds heavier here, and then this one is 1.5 pounds lighter, and we have a couple more comments, James.
Oh, yeah. Amy says, A-OK now.
Yeah,
Yep, thank you, Amy.
keep going.
And Nashat says, good morning, lovely Beth and James.
Oh, good morning
Thank
to
Nashat.
you.
And Blanquita says, hello, Beth and James.
Hola,
Thank you.
Blanquita. So, right? So tonight, by tonight, this is before I started having problems with Facebook. I said, there is no guitar on the planet that I can play that I would want to. I mean, there's this little travel thing, but even that was too far from my left arm. I have too many broken things that just don't work. So I went back to my keyboard and I said, I'm going to do it. I gave up. In other words, I finally gave up on the electric guitar. Right?
Yeah.
So I said, I've got to find a sound that is going to satisfy the same need. And see, this is the principle that I'm trying to get to, that if you can determine what it is that you really are looking for, maybe you'll find another way around. So I took out a
Nashat sends a very fun image of a bird, looks like a parakeet maybe, with a flag.
Yes, maybe it's a flag of his
Maybe it's a flag of his
nationality.
country.
We don't know. So we know he's from Syria and lives in Lebanon. So, one of the many Syrian refugees who have real problems, not just like my problems, like real problems. So anyway, I went to my keyboard. I found all these electric guitars which sound horrible. And I spent a whole bunch of time tweaking the sound and doing all this kind of stuff that I don't know what to do. And gosh darn it,
Yeah, what?
I got something that sounded almost like a good electric guitar. I mean, it was good enough. And I put another acoustic guitar in the background. And I thought, thank God, I can play a keyboard, because broken arms or not, I can keep my arms down. I don't have to lift them. See, it's like I cannot lift my arm. I don't have to lift the piano.
Good thing.
You know what? So there's
exceed your 5-pound limit.
it absolutely. And
by a
by
little
the
bit.
way, 5 pounds is a lot for me. I mean, I'm like struggling to lift 5 pounds. And they say, oh, yes, no, my 10-year-old daughter, my 7-year-old daughter can pick up 10 pounds. Well, that's blah, good for you.
They don't have the broken arms that
They
you
don't
do.
have the broken arms and the dislocated shoulders
Oh, we have
and a lot of
another
the
image from Nashat with a bird, a pink bird showing love.
Okay, well, I'm sending love back.
Heart of
So
love. Thank you.
anyway, so you see what I'm saying. But you get the point that I'm making. I found something that worked. I actually found something that worked for my body. And I could not figure out, and I had been trying and trying to find another solution. I mean, I went through everything on the
Oh my
planet,
God,
right?
yes.
So that is what made me think of this topic. I gave up on the electric guitar, but I didn't give up on the electric guitar. I found another way to meet the need for the sound of the electric guitar. Now, am I going to tell you that you're always going to find a solution? No. But I will tell you that if you have exhausted everything, maybe there is something else you need to be doing, or finding another way. I'll tell you, with this thing with Facebook, I don't understand. Every week we come on and the screen is black, and I've tried everything, but I'm not giving up. I'm not going to, because this I'm not going to give up on. But I did keep trying 5 different ways, 10 different ways, none of which worked, by the way. But I'm not giving up. See, giving up means a kind of a sense of defeat.
Defeat.
However, there's other ways to look at things. Sometimes it's about adjusting our expectations, right?
Right.
it's maybe my guitar doesn't sound exactly like it would if I was actually playing a guitar. But you know, what is the truth? The truth is I could not possibly play a guitar because I can't wrap my wrist around the thing and I can't hit those notes anyway. So even if I could get a guitar that I could possibly use for my body,
We kept looking for lighter and smaller.
and then
it
the,
just never could be small
right,
enough.
and the fretboard is too long, and you know, so you know, maybe I needed to change my vision of what I was trying to accomplish.
Which was a particular kind of electric guitar sound.
Exactly.
So you found another way to get it.
So I altered my expectation. And I said, you know, this is okay, what I got. It's been weeks. I would not kid you. It's been weeks. But I altered my expectation and I kept looking for different ways to get to the same thing. And I cried a lot.
I can just hear the tears rolling down your cheeks.
In the meantime, I made a lot of discoveries, which was a benefit of continuing and yet at the same time being willing to let go of what I was hoping for. I discovered how ill-suited my body is to just about anything other than the keyboard. Because, okay, we have another comment.
You're certainly not going to take out the tuba either, are you?
No.
Amy says, it sounds like one of those situations where one has to check into something in great detail before being ready to shift one's expectations and look for another way.
That is very wise. Because otherwise, I would have felt like I had given up. Like if I had gone down easy, if I had not explored and explored and explored and explored, and I mean when I say explored and explored and explored, I mean
Night and day,
night and day, trying to figure out what to do. So as Amy said, what happened was I really realized that there was nothing that I or anybody else could do to make this thing work. And you know, when I talked to the custom guitar people, I mean, they tried, let's use this kind of wood and let's use this kind of finish and it's still going to be too heavy. So, and as I said, I probably couldn't have played it anyway. So I discovered in the process that I'm very lucky that I play the piano. And I also got to experience the comments of so many people who play the guitar with pain and who are disabled and who have problems. And so all of a sudden, I felt not alone. And if I hadn't gone to every length, as Amy said, I would have felt like I had given up. I would have felt defeated, like, I'm a wimp. I wouldn't have found out about all these other people and the crazy things they do in order to try to play their instrument, which I understand because I have to do crazy things even in order to play the piano right.
I have a very similar example in my own experience.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a song that I was practicing and it never did quite sound right. And I kept trying. And then yesterday, as a matter of fact, I suddenly realized I was probably singing too low for my voice. And when I took it up a couple of steps, it sounded a whole lot better. It was so much more congenial. So I shifted my expectations, like Amy talked about.
Yes.
And then I was successful in singing that song.
So you gave up on the specific thing you were trying to do and embraced the essential thing you were trying to do.
Yes.
So, does anybody out there have anything to share on that topic about? I know it sometimes it takes a moment about giving up, but not giving up. And you understand what I mean when you just say, I can't. This is too hard. Bleh. You don't have any self-respect. But when you really have exhausted everything and you keep looking for solutions, you can feel proud of yourself. And sometimes it's going to work out. You know, we can't promise, but
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes it'll work out.
I have another example.
Okay.
When I was young and foolish, while I was in college, I had just finished a summer doing hard labor as part of a highway crew and working as a bricklayer's helper and all things. And so I vowed I was going to have a white-collar job. And I majored in accounting, and I took the CPA exam, and I flunked. And I took the CPA exam again 3 years later, and I flunked. And so I finally got the message. I think I better shift my expectations. So I went to law school, and I got my white-collar job as an attorney. Didn't have to work that highway crew no more. Road crew.
Now, why is it so hard for us to actually make that shift? Have you ever been in a situation where you just keep trying to believe that you're going to be able to do it? At least when I was going through these 5 million guitars, there were things for me to look at. I mean, I really investigated. I learned so much about guitars. I mean, it's amazing all of the things that I didn't know about guitars. And so I feel very, blessed to have gotten some information. So what was I saying? I know I was saying something about...
You felt very blessed because you learned a lot.
I learned a lot. And I came to appreciate other people's guitar playing. It's like I looked at them.
There's so much involved.
Oh my God. And I really admired them. So I grew as a person. I gained knowledge. And so, I shifted my perspective about a lot of things. And, I'm still not totally giving up on the guitar because you never know when one will come along.
Circumstances can change. Maybe the ideal guitar hasn't come along yet.
Right. And I'm really beginning to wonder because, see, I had this vision that, I could play the guitar left-handed because my arm would go up and down this way, but I wasn't thinking about how my right, but I didn't know how I was going to get my left arm over. But anyway, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Right now, I have something that works. So...
Oh, looky here. Rashad sends another really cute icon. It looks like a fruit, like an apple, with 2 hearts of love looking out at us. Thank you, Nasha. And Blanquita sends a big heart of love and lots of little hearts of love. Thank you, Blanquita. Muchas gracias.
Now, how often have you tried to get love from someone and you couldn't get it?
Ooh, yeah.
Since nobody's giving me any examples, I'm going to give an example.
Okay.
So there's a number of ways that you can handle that, many, many ways, but a couple of things that come to mind in terms of changing perspective. You can say, Todd says...
Todd was on YouTube, and he says, I'm here on YouTube, too. Glad you're here.
Okay, he just...
Is there another new message?
Yes.
Oh, over here.
Right, over here.
Oh, yeah. Todd, I'm thinking about what I have done similarly, but I like the love idea.
Good. Let me talk about that in a minute, but first we have...
And we have a comment from Muhammad. Endorsing your context, let me say, madam, we hesitate whether we should do something or we should leave it and do it later, and then even we don't do it.
Absolutely. And that is a very good point, Muhammad. Thank you, Todd, and thank you. That's a great point, Muhammad. Sometimes it's just not now. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Whatever. It's not now. Maybe I'm going to develop, range of motion in the next year. Sometimes you get inspired to change something in order to be able to do it. Like maybe I need to see if I can, be able to lift. Actually, 4 pounds is pretty much my limit right now. But 2 in each hand. But anyway, yeah, that's really great. And so I've got a goal of seeing if I can get more range of motion in one of my shoulders, but also recognizing that they broke and they did what they did. But now about love. So supposing you've been trying so hard to get somebody to love you. So one thing you can do is to change the way you interpret their behavior. In other words, if you think love is going to look a certain way and you're not getting that from them, well, maybe they are expressing love in their own way. So this becomes another opportunity to learn something, to look at something differently and say, oh yeah, look at this. This is an expression of love. This is, and so we change our perspective and say, yeah, I've already got it. What am I struggling for? Or we say, it's never going to come from him, but I can get love from them.
Yeah.
Right? And, or another thing we can do is look inside ourselves and say, what does it mean to me that this person does or does not love me? What is the meaning that I'm giving it? Am I interpreting that as, oh, I am not lovable?
Just because of that one person?
Just because, or many people.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'm surrounded by people who are angry at me for something, and so that if I'm interpreting that as I am not lovable, then what I need to let go of is the interpretation that I'm giving to not getting it. Or let's go back to my guitar, the one that I don't have. Think of the money that we're saving that we can use for other things. In fact, we were going to sell a piece of musical equipment to afford it. Let's reinterpret. Maybe we are going to learn about ourselves why it's difficult for us to be loved by people.
Oh, we have another message.
2
Todd
more.
says, well, before we get to Todd, Amy came in with a message. I remember someone saying that when you're about to leave the house and your mom says, did you take a jacket with you? That instead of assuming your mom thinks we're stupid, that instead that's her way of showing her love.
Yay, Amy, that's a fabulous.
Todd says, good points. I have had those kinds of relationships, and you're right about the meaning we give to it. We can use it to assume that we are not lovable.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, we can also go through this experience and assume that the other person is a jerk. Now, that may not be the best outcome. But anyway, the time has flown.
It has
Think,
indeed.
I've spent so much time just trying to get on the air yet again. But thank you for persevering and sticking with it. And we're still trying to make this work for whatever reason, because we have picked up some people on YouTube. So we appreciate that. And
be sure to, if you like the show, please give us the like or love. And be sure to share it with others. If you think you'd like to.
absolutely. And so
it on
if
to
you're
others.
on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. If you're on Facebook, please like our page or follow our page. And let's really take the next week to think about this topic and to think of all the things that we don't know whether or not we should give up on which to give up. So and first of all, ask ourselves, is it worth the effort? And if it is, don't give up. Use the experience. Learn something from it. Maybe develop a new perspective. Change your expectation. Look for another way. You will feel better about yourself. And that's the
Amen.
important thing, right?
Yes. And so,
We better
tune
go.
in next week Same time, same station.
6:30 p.m. Pacific time, and 7 p.m. is Magical Improv.
Tomorrow, Thursday.
That's right. Where we play music on the piano.
And with the voice.
Yes, and
Indeed.
with the voice, indeed. Okay.